In this video, we're going to demystify the secrets of the human female psyche so you can better exploit their weaknesses. Nah, man, but for real, I've seen a lot of these types of videos go viral recently, and I wanted to give my take on it because, look, I think there are a lot of situations in which, as men, we don't really understand what's going on with the female brain. And, early on in my dating, this led me to feeling like, bro, girls are just, they don't make sense, man. It's not even worth it. And then I'd always get, roped into like chasing a girl and simping rather than having women chase me, which started to happen once I started to realize these things about women. And then in longer relationships, we're what, 8 years in now?
I was gonna say 9.
9 years in now, and understanding these things has allowed me to be a much more effective leader, which obviously creates a much stronger foundation for the relationship. So that being said, here are 6 female weaknesses that you need to know about.
Whoa. Before we hop in, something that all women have a weakness for is when a man wears a clean masculine style, like the new Edge collection.
We're doing the plug right now already?
We're doing it now.
Well, then pay attention, guys, because this is a drop you don't want to miss. This collection brings back 3 of our best sellers, now in all new colorways. The Tech joggers are engineered for performance and utility. A clean athletic fit finished with adjustable ankle cuffs for a dialed-in look. Zipper pockets, Tech cargo pockets, and the WeatherTech fabric is soft, durable, and built to move with you. You can throw away your basic t-shirt because the Shadow Tee is built different. With a premium textured fabric that has a quality weight to it, a classic fit, and just the right structure, this is the shirt you'll reach for every night out. And look, these are not your average dress pants. The Active Chinos give you that sophisticated look, but it feels like you're wearing sweatpants. Perfect for heading to work, dinner, or date night. Clean, tapered fit, but with a stretch waistband and enough room around your hips and groin for all-day comfort. And because you're watching my video, you can use coupon code BEAST to save 10% off your entire order. Just go to edgelifestyle.com or click that first link in description to shop now. And for everyone asking, no, there will be no price increases due to tariffs on this collection. We got you, bro. Don't hesitate though, because drops like these tend to sell out fast. Number 1, big booties.
What?
We're talking about female weaknesses. My bad. Female weakness number 1, daddy issues. And this is one that Julia actually wanted to tell y'all about.
What you guys gotta realize is a woman's first relationship with a man is her father. So whether he was absent, he was neglectful, or he was a great guy, this is all going to dictate how she is in a relationship.
For example, if she had an absent father who was not around, she's a lot more likely to have trust issues, maybe push you away at the beginning of the relationship and just straight up probably do some things that she knows are not okay.
Or girls who have an overly critical father, they're going to be seeking validation all the time.
And look, just to be clear, it doesn't mean you should just accept bad behavior because she has daddy issues, so like it is what it is, but it is something you want to be aware of. And it's probably not going to be something that comes up on the first date, but if you've been hanging out with the girl for a month and it still hasn't came up, you can just say while you're hanging out, oh, by the way, you haven't talked about your family much. What's your family like? And if she doesn't bring up her dad, you could also casually say, oh, what about your dad? And now at least you have that information, and at least you can understand a little bit better why she's doing some of the things she's doing. In terms of what you should actually do about this, well, understand what behaviors you're okay with, what behaviors you're not okay with. And for the ones you're not okay with, you straight up just got to tell her, hey, look, it's not cool when you do this. Maybe in past relationships it was, and then see how she reacts. A lot of girls will change if you lead the right way, and we're gonna talk about that more in a second. Number 2, females have a reluctance to question the status quo. So growing up, back in the school days, tell me, was it the boys or the girls that got in trouble more?
The boys.
Yes, I had a few too many detentions in my day. My parents didn't like it. Have you ever had a single detention?
No, I haven't. But I just feel like that's a girl thing. Like, we don't want to break the rules. We're followers, and we don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah, we're just built a little bit, we're wired differently, right? Guys, we think, yeah, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but f it, I'll do it. Maybe I'll get away with it and it'll be fun anyway. That's why there was only ever other boys at detention with me. I don't think that I ever saw a girl in the principal's office back in the day. And it's important to recognize this because women tend to be more likely just to accept whatever leadership and whatever rules and whatever values they've been exposed to, which You could argue that that's a weakness, and I guess it is. And you could argue, well, man, that's why there's so many, woke feminists who have this sassy, I'm the prize attitude in 2025. But that's because that's what women have been taught and exposed to. But this also creates a very interesting opportunity for strong male leadership on your part. An interesting test you can do if there's a girl you're seeing right now, next time you hang out with her, ask her, what do you want to do tonight? Julie, if I say, hey, what do you want to do tonight?
I don't know. Like, what do you want to do?
No, tell me, what do you want to do tonight?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. That stresses me out.
And if you just tell her instead after that and say, hey, look, actually, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to this Thai restaurant that I really like. And then afterwards, we're going to come back and have a glass of wine. How does that sound?
Really nice and relaxing.
You will see as her stress visibly decreases and she calms down.
It is just very attractive when a guy takes the lead, but it's also comforting and we don't have to like think about doing it and making the plans. The guy just does it.
And Julia.
Yes.
Be honest with me.
Okay.
How would you say your beliefs and your lifestyle have changed since we've met?
Well, I was definitely a little woke before meeting David, but I think that was just how I was raised. But now, like being with David and seeing his beliefs and what he's passionate about, I think it helps that he's a really strong leader. And it was easy to, see what he was believing and realizing like that was what I believed as well. And then in terms of lifestyle, I really thought like I was going to be super career oriented, but then, meeting David and my life took a completely different turn and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I was able to like fall more into my femininity and I really appreciate that and really like that.
Number 3, females have a need for emotional security.
So you got to realize for women, this is a primal instinct that we're looking for in a partner. And we need to feel safe and secure to just even have a attraction towards someone.
Now, this does not mean like simping for the girl and showing her that you're a nice guy and that you're not a threat. What this means is you need to make the woman just feel safe and calm, maybe even calm more than safe when she's around you all the way from the beginning. Now, there's a few specific ways you can create this feeling of security right when you meet a girl. And most guys mess this up. I used to mess this up. And I think this is why oftentimes it feels so like shaky or like you're about to mess up. Because once she feels that security, what I've noticed is I also feel more calm and confident as the leader. The first one is forcing the date to happen as fast as humanly possible. Because otherwise I realized I'd always like maybe approach the girl and then I'm in this gray area where I'm not sure when it's the right time to actually try and make the date happen. And that creates a lot of uncertainty each time you text the girl or talk to her because you're not really sure what the plan should be. Instead, if I would meet the girl, then get her number, immediately I'm going to text her and just be like, hey, by the way, you free this week, Wednesday or Thursday? If she says Thursday, I'm like, all right, cool, let's meet at this restaurant at 8 p.m. They got great margaritas.
On one hand, this can be a little forward and aggressive, but it also shows the guy knows what he wants and it allows like the girl to relax and be like, okay, he's interested.
The second thing, and I learned this the hard way, is when it comes time to physically escalate, I used to be so shaky, like not sure if she's cool with it, so I'm gonna slowly kind of do it and then gauge her response.
And then if he's uncomfortable, then I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's no safety, there's no feeling of security for the girl there. Instead, what I learned is when I have that intuition that I want to kiss her, I'm gonna slow my speech, really look down at her lips, and then just lean in and go for the kiss with confidence.
Also, you got to be prepared that girls are going to test you and to see if they feel safe with you. For example, if you already have a date set up and a place picked out, maybe the day before the date, she's going to text you and say, hey, let's go to this bar by my house instead.
Or she's going to say, sorry, my week's busy. I don't think I can make it tomorrow. And it is a test. And the test is, how do you respond? Do you stay calm or do you react?
The problem is most guys react and they're like, oh yeah, we can go to that bar near your house, or yeah, I'm free all next week. And the funny thing is I actually did this to David on the first date.
Yeah, we had a day set up for a Sunday and then I got some message about how she couldn't make it.
And
by that point I had learned the lesson and I stayed extra calm and I just said, no worries. Let me know when you're free.
And that was like the first time I've ever gotten a guy not react. And I was like, wow, okay, like I need to hit him back up.
And she did. And now here we are. Number 4, fluctuating confidence levels. So for men, our confidence progresses in a very linear way. You know, as I started to put myself out there, take more risks, face more rejection and failure with the women, but also in my career, I started feeling more and more confident in myself. I had more and more proof of the man that I was and what I was capable of. For women, it's not linear. For a woman's confidence curve is going to look some shit like this, like the stock market on a really hectic week.
Yeah, the problem is, like the stock market, we are very volatile, and we can have like an outfit that just makes us look fat, and we're just like, oh, well, there goes my confidence, my body is shit, and you're just ruined for the rest of the day.
So on one hand, just understand this, because even if you see a girl who's really attractive and seems very confident and fierce, she might not be feeling that. I mean, she might be feeling that way, but she also might not be feeling that way from day to day when you see her. So it's good to be aware of that. But also, especially when you're in a relationship with a girl, it pays to understand when she's having a day with lower confidence so that you can step in and give her a little bit extra security and lift her up. So one way that this happens, if you notice your girl's trying on like 4 or 5 outfits as you guys are getting ready to go out,
which happens a lot.
Well, why do you think that's happening? It's because she's not very happy with what she's seeing in the mirror in that moment. So that's the opportunity to go in and to, you know, calmly look at what she has and just say, babe, this outfit right here looks great. You look phenomenal. Put that on and let's go.
It's exactly what a girl needs in that moment when she's feeling really low. It like helps ground her. And it also, it's him taking the lead.
A lot of guys in this situation will just be like, you look great in all of them, babe. Just wear whichever one you want. And she's already, you know, decided that she doesn't look great in all of them. And that's just going to like add to her anxiety and her lower confidence. It's better to come in and be decisive. Female weakness number 5, social validation sensitivity. So what would you say is the primary thing a man's status is based on?
His career and like his accomplishments.
Yeah, the things that he's accomplished. It's a very tangible thing. What would you say a woman's status is based on?
Her looks or her like social proof.
Yeah, like her perceived popularity, which a lot of times with women, it does go to her looks. And of course, men, we still care what other people think about us, but it doesn't play as big of a role in our decision-making process. And it's important to recognize that when you're with a girl, because if not, and you just assume that she thinks how you think, there's going to be times that get very frustrating where you guys aren't on the same page. So for example, when a girl's considering dating you, she is going to analyze, what are my friends going to think about this relationship? Or what will my social media followers think about this relationship? Which is like a shitty thing that doesn't feel good to acknowledge. But would you rather live in the real world or in a fantasy land? And of course, if you're a guy who's working on yourself and working on leveling up, well, it should always reflect positively on her.
Well, there was actually a time when this happened to me and David. David filmed a video that maybe is a little controversial.
What, you can't handle a high value woman? What, are you insecure or something?
Whoa, settle down there. I was basically talking about how men and women should complement each other in a relationship rather than both wanting to like have ultra successful careers.
Like bringing different things to the table. And I had some friends that saw the video and felt pretty insulted by it. And they commented on the video. And I remember contacting David being like, oh my gosh, like, you know, maybe we should take the video down. My friends think that it's like a bad video. Like, is this the person I should be with? Like you start like going through this like really dark rabbit hole because you're so concerned of what your good friends are thinking.
I like how you said you contacted me, meaning she was like, oh, Dave, look at these 2 comments. They're on the Instagram reel.
Ultimately, I realized that these were kind of shitty friends and that if they didn't like support me and David, then I didn't want them in my life.
Yeah, and that's an important factor, especially once you've been with a girl for a few months or getting to the medium to long term, is ultimately you want her to start to buy into your validation over her friend's validation. Number 6, conflict resolution differences. Now, this is something that I think all of y'all who've been in a relationship will relate to. What happens after you guys are in a fight and like the initial fight sizzles off?
Girls just need her space. She needs to go and process everything that happened.
We just want to like fix the situation and be like, hey, I thought about it. And we can just do A, B, and C and we're all good, right?
And girls are not like that.
And they're like, no, I'm still pissed at you. Like, shut up. And a lot of times we take it as like she's being resentful or passive aggressive. She doesn't want to fix this. And ultimately, it's important to recognize the women do tend to get a little bit more emotional in the moment, where we can calm down and like I can flip on and flip off with the switch and be like, all right, let's go grab some ice cream and
I'm like, what?
And have wine and Netflix and chill. And eventually we'll get there. But what I've realized now is rather than trying to like force the resolution to happen immediately just because I like want to be done with it and be like, this is fucking stupid, let's move on. Now I'll go kind of do something that I need to get done for, 20 or 30 minutes. And then afterwards come back to Julia, usually leading with some affection, giving her a hug, picking her up, kissing her. And then almost always, once her emotions come down, like usually what the argument was about didn't even matter that much and it's just good again.
But if you don't give that space and you're constantly looking for the solution, like to fix it right in that moment, it's going to just get worse and worse and go to this boiling point, and it's just going to be an awful fight.
It's just like you add flames to the fire, even though you're just trying to fix it. And you don't have to understand it, but it helps to just adjust the behavior. Now, look, if you're serious about leveling up your life and improving your relationships with women, then you need to watch this video next. It's about 5 secrets you should never tell a woman about yourself. Click there to watch that now. If you don't communicate properly and you reveal these things, it can kill the attraction. If you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe, as I release 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video.
Stay beastly.
Stay beastly.